Hi, this is CK at CK Education, and today I want to talk about helping people. Helping people is a good thing, right? Everybody thinks it's a good thing to help people, but have you ever helped somebody like long term and regretted it and thought, man, I wasted my time. I spent all this time and energy with this person and they just drained me. I don't feel good about it in the end. I feel like maybe I should have just left them, let them be, and maybe they would have been off, better off. And you just feel like you wasted your time. You feel like, what happened? I mean, I gave it my all, I gave it my heart, I was sincere about it, but that person just, I don't know, it just seems like they used me, and it just wasn't worth it for some reason. And then there are other instances, maybe other times in your life where you did help people and it turned out to be fantastic. It was really worth it, and that person was helped, and you feel good about it, and that relationship is still good today. What's the difference? And I get this, I see this a lot in my life, and I've experienced it in my own life as well. And even with my friends, we talk about it because I think a lot of times we get into this guilt trip on ourselves and we help people that we shouldn't help. Yes, there's such a thing as not helping people, and it's okay. And here's what I mean. I'm talking about when there's someone just with an immediate need right now. Somebody, you're walking down, somebody fell and they're hurt, and you need to call 911 for them. Yeah, you call 911 for them. I'm not talking about that kind of thing. I'm talking about someone, it could be a friend, it could be a relative, it could be a neighbor, I don't know, it could be someone, and they seem to need help, and so you decide to take that person on, as sort of your charity project, and you help them long term, and you spend time and sometimes money and energy, and you try to help that person get better, make different decisions, and it just doesn't work out. So let me tell you the three conditions that I've used, the three things, the three factors that I consider when I consider helping someone. And I think this has served me well over the years. And so I just want to share this with you. Okay, so the three conditions, in order for me to help somebody long term and really do this, and feel good about it and feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, is number one, there has to be, that person has to want help. Okay, that person has to want it. That person has to ask for it. That person has to really be hungry for help. And number two, they have to be ready to change. They have to be ready to change. If they want help but they're not willing to change, then you can just forget about it right there. Right? It's not going to go anywhere. And number three, even if those two conditions are met, I have to feel good about that. When I say good, I don't just mean I have to feel at peace, and I have to feel joy about helping that person. Okay, so whenever I think about helping that person, yeah, I feel real peace about it, and I feel joy, like I really want to help them. But again, that person on that side has to ask for it, and that person has to be ready to change. So let me just go into this a little bit more. I'm not talking about a momentary, yeah, I have this moment of inspiration and I think I should help them. It's not a sudden emotion. This is an ongoing, this is a persistent thing inside of you that you just, whenever you think of that, about that person, you feel peace about it. You feel at peace about helping that person. You feel willing to do that. You're not doing it grudgingly. You're not doing it, you're not whining about it. You're not complaining about it. You have real joy in doing that. But even then, you got to balance it. You can't let that person take over your life. You still have to be able to do all the things that you're doing, and you have some extra time to help that person. You can't sacrifice, everything takes some kind of sacrifice, but you can't put aside some part of your life that is crucial to your own happiness, and then go do, help that person at the expense of your own family or your own responsibilities. You can't do that. For example, you can't take time off work regularly to go help this person, because then your own livelihood is going to be in jeopardy. You can't neglect the time that you always used to spend with your family or your kids, and you can't go now and just spend time with that person and neglect the time that you had with your kids, because then you're going to lose that close relationship, bond, connection, friendship, valuable time that you must spend and should spend with your family. Okay, And so that's the stuff I'm talking about. So when you help this person, even if you have joy, even if you have peace, you still have to be able to balance and do the things that you normally do to maintain your own life and do the things you have to do, take care of yourself and your family. And then with the extra overflow of energy, time, money, whatever it is, that you can help this person. So that's on you. Now, the other side, when I say they have to ask and they have to be ready for change, they have to ask. They have to, because that takes some level of desperation, some level of sincerity to say, I need help. Okay. And this could be anything. This could be a financial situation. It could be a relationship that's not working out for them. It could be whatever the thing is, something in their life is not going well. Maybe it's themselves that is, they just need some advice on a certain thing. Maybe it's they're trying to reach a goal. Maybe they're trying to achieve something that they need to achieve. Maybe it's a degree. Maybe it's getting into school or getting into grad school or getting into college or buying a house. Whatever the thing is, they ask for help. Because as long as you have that arrogance, like, I don't need help, I don't need anybody's help, you just can't help people like that. So they have to ask for help, and they have to be ready for change. And when I say ready for change, they have to change something that they're doing. If you give advice, when I give advice, almost 100% of the time, in order for the other person to get better results and to achieve things, they have to change. They can't keep doing things the way they normally do it. They've always done it and expect different results. It doesn't happen. So you say, look, man, if you want to make more money, if you want to be more financially secure, if you want your health to be better, if you want better relationship with your kids, if you want to go buy that house, if you want to pay off your debts, if you want to, whatever it is, if you want to get into grad school, if you want to become a better writer, if you want to, whatever the thing is, here's what you have to do. Oh man, but I don't know, that takes so much time. That's going to be too, burdensome to me, or I don't know if I can do that. When you get answers like these, they're not ready for change. Someone who's ready for change is desperate for change. Someone who's ready for change says, just tell me what to do, I'll do it. Okay? That's very different than asking for a handout. If somebody says, can you just write the paper for me? Can you just give me the money? Can you just give me more money? They're not willing to change. They're not willing to adjust anything in their own lives, but they just want a handout. That is not what I'm talking about. That's the kind of help you do not give. Okay, if somebody just can you just tell me what to do? I don't want to go through the laborious, the long process. I don't want to make any sacrifices. I don't really want to make any changes. Can I just, live my life the way I'm normally living, and can I just, still pay off my debts? No, you can't. You got to make some lifestyle changes. Can I just eat the way? Can I just, not exercise? Can I just do the things that I normally do in my lifestyle and still get healthier? Is there like a vitamin or a pill, or is there something that I can do? Is there some magic? That's basically what people are asking for. There's no magic. There is a way, and there is a way to get things done and to make changes and achieve things and get different results. But people have to make changes, and they have to make the right changes. Now, hopefully, when they ask for advice, if they're asking you, they're asking the right person, hopefully. Because if somebody asks you advice, you got to give them good advice. You got to give advice that's based on experience, something that really works. Not something you read in a book and not some theory that you have in your head. So on your part, if somebody asks you for advice, make sure that if you're going to give it to them, that it's based on experience, it's based on something that you know 100% sure of. You're 100% certain of that. It's tried and true. It's proven. You've done it. You've experienced it yourself. If not, it's better to say, hey, I appreciate, you asking me, but I'm sorry, I don't think I could help you because I just don't have experience in that area. That has to be your honest answer. Don't try to be the savior. Don't try to have this Messiah, complex and try to save everybody and, be the savior of everybody and give people advice that you have no idea what you're talking about, in that subject. So, that's on you. That is your responsibility to do that. So these are the conditions, and I think these work, and it has worked in my own life. So number one, again, that they have to ask for help. And number two, they have to be willing to change. And number three, if they ask you and you're the right person and you have that knowledge, that experience to give them that advice and help them long term, you got to make sure that you have peace in your own heart and that you have joy in doing so, and you can be able to balance and maintain the things that you are doing in your life that are important for your own life. Okay, you don't want to teach somebody how to be happy and then you're becoming miserable because you're making them happy. You don't want to teach somebody how to manage their money well, and you're mismanaging your own money by helping them manage their money because you're spending so much time with them that you're giving up your livelihood and you're messing up your own life. And so you don't want to make that. You always want to become a solid example before you give advice. And when you give advice, you want to maintain that solid example. So those are the those are the factors that I consider when I consider helping people. And hopefully that helps you as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.